Previously on the advent of cyber. After receiving the phishing email on day 6 and investigating malware on day 12, it seemed everything was ready to go back to normal. However, monitoring systems started to show suspicious traffic patterns just before closing the case. We can load Wireshark up, grab the PCAP that's on the desktop and just drag it in statistics and go into protocol hierarchy. So we're going to go to statistics again, into conversations, and then we've got different tab and go to our filter at the top and just type in DNS, and then that should show all the requests being made SHA-256, and it was some on mysterygift.exe, and that should give us the SHA-256 sum of the file in question. Hello world and welcome to Hacks. We are back with day 14 of the advent of cyber web applications. I'm dreaming of secure web apps. Web application penetration testing is a specialist area of penetration testing, as is with infrastructure and other types of areas. It requires a specific set of skills, like Liam Neeson from Taken. There is so much that can go wrong with the deployment of a web application. There are so many vulnerabilities that could potentially allow a threat actor to compromise your web application. You have things like cross-site scripting, cross-site request forgery, SQL injection, XML entity injection, remote code execution. The list really goes on for ages. And today we're going to be learning about some of these web application vulnerabilities and helping our friend Alf McSkiddy. The story. Alf McSkiddy was sipping her coffee when she saw on her calendar that it was time to review the web application's security. An internal web application is being developed to be used internally and manage the cybersecurity team. She calls Alf Exploit McRed and asks him to check the in-development web application for common vulnerabilities. Alf Exploit McRed discovers the local web application suffers from an insecure direct object reference vulnerability, and the learning objectives of this room are to learn about web applications, to learn about the Open Web Application Security Project Top 10, and to learn about insecure direct object references. What are web applications? Well, it's fairly self-explanatory. They are applications that you access through a web browser. Before web applications really took off, you probably would have had to install the software locally on your machine. So if you wanted to access your email, you'd have to have a physical email client. Now you can just log into your webmail client, whether it's Outlook or ProtonMail. It allows you to do online shopping, online banking, open online Office suite. I think that's quite a recent development in web applications, is Office 365. Before, you had to have it all downloaded and installed on your local machine. Not that you can't do that today, but that's a fairly recent development. Databases are an integral part of web applications. Web applications need to store their data somewhere, and that is usually within a database, whether it's a relational database or a non-relational database. Relational databases use tables where they can be linked together, so you can do queries from products or customer details, purchases. There are certain types of database engines like MySQL, MS SQL and Oracle, and then there are non-relational database where it doesn't store data in tables, but it could store it in graph nodes and other types. Multi-user web applications should have strict access controls to ensure that users can only access areas of the application that they're supposed to. You don't want a particular user being able to access private information about another user. And the Open Web Application Security Project, or OWASP, is an organization that wants to raise awareness for web application security vulnerabilities. Every year, OWASP releases a list of the top 10 vulnerabilities in regards to the severity, and you can see from the diagram on the screen right now that each year it does change. From 2017 to 2021, we can see that broken access control has shot right up to the top, whereas things like injection have come down. And the reason why it changes is because threat actors change their approach into attacking web applications. Developers become more aware of certain things like SQL injection, and now we have things like prepared statements which can protect against it. So then the threat actors have to change the method of attacking the web applications, so things like broken access controls go up. Now, as you can see on the screen in front of me, we have deployed the box that we're going to be attacking in this lab. I've just navigated to the IP address followed by the port of 8080, and we're presented with a very friendly login page. We've also been given some credentials of McSkiddy and a password of dev test. So I'm just going to type that in now, McSkiddy and dev test. Upon logging in, we can see that we are greeted with our own profile page containing our personal number. This could be considered personally identifiable information and should only be accessible to Alf McSkitty. However, in the questions, we have been challenged with finding the office number of Alf Pivot McRed. Now, if we look up to the top, we can see that these pages are all HTML pages. If we incremented the number, perhaps we could access different areas of the application that we're not supposed to. So let's start with by incrementing it to 2. We have Alf Log McBlue. Let's increment it now to number 3. We have Alf Forensic McBlue. Let's go to number 4. Alf Admin McBlue. Number 5. We have Alf Pivot McRed, and his office number is 134. So we're going to grab that and we're going to pop it into the lab and hopefully get the correct answer. What is the office number of Alf Pivot McRed? Let's try it, paste that in, click submit, whoop whoop, your answer is correct, and look at that, I'm on a day 6 tear. The next question says, not only profile pages but also stored images are vulnerable. Start with a URL of a valid profile image and find the hidden flag. So we can do that, we can come back into our browser and we can right click on this little chap here and open him in a new tab, and you'll see that it's calling 105.png. And if we continue to iterate through what we just did, we should find Alf McSkitty at 1, but it's asking us to find a flag. Well, since Alf McSkitty is number 1, I wonder what 100 instead, and that will give us a flag of THM close the door. Hold the door. Okay, that's enough of that. So if we jump back to our browser, we can type that in THM underscore the underscore door, because it is getting chilly outside, and that's all we've got to do. We're going to submit that, and that is the room complete. Granted, this was a very simple explanation and a very simple room for some particular web application vulnerability, but this area of expertise in cybersecurity is fascinating. It's a bit beyond my current capability. I've studied it for so long and I'm still finding out new things every day. Honestly, those who are great at web application security testing, I consider you wizards of the arcane arts. You are brilliant, and teach me your knowledge. But I really enjoyed this room. It was fun. I felt very energetic about it, as you can probably tell. I do enjoy doing web applications. I just need to improve my own skill set. Anyway, I hope this helped you get the answers that you were looking for, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Kind regards.